Okay, so some interesting notes, and this is why I do this stuff, and I don't just say I have a plan and kabam, do it all at once. So obviously you can see that's a clearance issue there. I don't know if you can tell or not, but the way the white van is kind of an optical illusion, so everything's white. I can't have that bumping against that because that'll break. Okay, that'll crack the tank. Okay, the shelf that I'm going to use is this one here, this 4-foot one. I'm going to trim it down. I'm trying to figure out how far I was going to come. Originally I was going to cut it off, like an inch after this, have a overhang out over there at that end, and build a crate, call it a day. Now I've realized I can actually build a shelf here, which would be handy. Okay, because remember, you're going to maybe be taking a shower out here in the van. You open up these back doors of the van, you stand on the ground, you have a shower curtain between the two different back doors that you can see over with your head, but covers up your body, or you can have it even go up higher. It's an adjustable shower curtain. You can take a shower outside the back of the van real quick, because there's gonna be a big hot water thing that goes in right here. And that's gonna be the next thing I mock up, just to kind of get a lay of the land, see how everything works. But the point is, okay, so the further back you go, the more you got to slide the tank forward, which is fine. But do I really want to slide the tank forward anymore, or do I just want to cock the tank out, where the back end is cocked out? You see what I'm saying? The tank's a diagonal. I think I like the diagonal idea. I think I like the idea of bringing the shelf out and rounding off the edge, having a nice round shelf that goes back here behind this beam, so that if you bump it, you don't fucking hit anything. And then also that shelf coming out farther allows for this strap to be in line. As it comes down, it would be in line with the shelf. And so I probably run a vertical support both right at the tank up, and also back here at the back of the shelf, straight up to that shelf. Okay, so it's under compression. It's actually lifting up on that other shelf, so to speak, but you don't lift on it too much. You just get it to where it's snug and call it a day. Everything's happy. Okay, so then let's talk about what's going on. Okay, so I went ahead and raised it by tilting it out. That also solved inadvertently the angle back there. Now, granted, I'm still going to get rid of that angle because I don't trust that back there. I'm worried it's going to slice into the tank. Everything's real loosey-goosey right now. I can move everything around. So I've been real lightweight as I've moved everything. This strap here that's connected over here, that's not going to do that. That strap instead is going to be connecting to the vertical beam that comes up, whether it comes straight up or whether it comes up at a diagonal from the bottom of the battery up to here or something like that, which I'd already talked about. This is going to either connect to the shelf if the diagonal beam comes up, or if the beam comes up vertical, this can connect straight to the vertical beam. So now its load is pushing straight down. The vertical beam will have an L on it or something like that, or fasten into the side of the crate, now another thing to note, the corner of the tank is hitting against the van right there, and there's a big gap right there. So what I mean is, the wood has to come out, which I got to loosen this to do that. May as well do it now while we're talking about it. This wood has to come out a little bit, and I've got to put a protective block back there so that the tank doesn't hit that wall up there on that top corner. So this is why I just like to kind of mock everything up and look at it and think a little bit. Okay, so we loosen that up so that was able to move away. And again, this strap won't even be here on the final product, so we may as well, for shits and giggles, go ahead and get rid of it for a second. But what's going to happen is now the tank is going to swing out. See, now the tank swung way out away from the wall once I got rid of that, okay? But that's all right, because we're learning what all's going on here. So I really need to get that strap out of the way. Trying to get out of the way. Okay, so you can see, like right in there is a safe spot. So I just need to make sure I have like a little block down at the bottom and also halfway up the tank that touches that wall before the top corner of that tank touches that wall. You follow me? So, but other than that, not bad, not bad. Anyway, you get the idea. Sizing it all up. I need to actually tighten that now. Give me a second. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, hang on a minute here. There's a way to loosen that load. What it did was it was getting into that board over there. And that's another thing as far as tilt is concerned. Maybe it's because I had it tilted too much. Okay. So maybe instead, if I don't have it tilted so much, the top of the tank won't hit the wall. Maybe I want it tilted the other way. So let's do that real quick. Let's tilt it. Okay, so if I tilt it the other way, the perks to that is, don't forget that the drain is right here. So if we tilt it towards the passenger side downward, that makes this the low point. And that also keeps the top of that away. Okay, now look at our distance. So I just kind of play with stuff, and if I make these silly videos, it actually helps me. Because then I can watch the video while I'm going to sleep and think about it. Okay, anyhow, it's a lot safer there. Let's see where we're at over here again as far as relationship to the bed. That's not hateful as long as you round this corner off right here. That's fine. Have the vertical beam that comes straight up from the battery. You could do both a vertical square and a diagonal square that both come up from the battery. Let's look at this straight down from the battery. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. There's plenty of material there to protect the battery. Okay. Coming along. So next thing to do is just put the hot water heater in here and look at that and see how that looks. All right, see ya.